Hey thinkers, welcome back to Think Sharp Alley, the only alley where every turn leads to a smart solution.
Hey geometry lovers, today I've got a hot question on congruency of triangles that's been blowing minds literally. This question is packed with congruent triangles, clever angle chasing, and yes, a shaded region waiting to be cracked. We will break it down step by step so you not only get the solution, you actually enjoy solving it. So grab a pen, let's get into it because this one's too good to scroll past. We are back with another interesting problem. It is a hot question from congruency of triangles of class 9. It's given that triangle AFB is congruent to triangle AFG. So we see AFB is this triangle and AFG is this triangle. So corresponding parts will be equal. For example, angle A of triangle AFB will be equal to angle A of triangle AFG. Let's consider both as x. Then angle F will be equal to angle F of another triangle, but we'll not consider that right now. Angle B of triangle AFB, that means this angle, will be equals to angle G of triangle AFG. Angle G is 90, so automatically this becomes 90 degree. And one more information we have, GF is 2 cm, so GF will be equal to BF. So BF is also 2 cm. Let's write these things down. All the reason would be CPCT, which means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. Now let's do the same thing with the second set of triangles given. So triangle ADE, which is this triangle, is congruent to triangle AGE. So similarly, angle A of ADE will be equal to angle A of AGE. So let us consider both as Y. Also angle G of angle AGE. Now this side is 90. Automatically this part will also be 90, right? So G will be equal to D. So this also becomes 90, right? And what else? EG is given to be 3 cm. So EG, that is last two letters, will be equal to ED of triangle ADE. So this part also becomes 3 cm. So let's write this down. Reason is CPCT, right? So 3 points we have written, 3 points are marked over here as well. As you can see, 2 angles and one side. Now, in quadrilateral ABCD, if you see carefully, 3 angles are already 90 degree. So the fourth angle will be 90 degree because sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree, right? So let's prove that. So written that in quadrilateral ABCD, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D, sum of all the angles is 360 degree. So I can easily find out angle A because rest of the angles are 90 degrees. So angle A also came to be 90 degree. Now not only that, remember these two triangles were congruent. So for congruency, I can say AB is equal to AG. That was also CPCT. So I'm just adding it over here. AB is equal to AG. This was also due to CPCT, and over here in this triangle AD will be equals to AG. AD equals to AG. CPCT. So we have, so as AB is also equal to AG and AG is also equal to AD, I can say AB and AD are equal. So if AB and AD are equal, I have a rectangle ABCD where adjacent sides are equal. So each angle is 90 degree and adjacent sides are equal. So that makes ABCD a square. So let's write that down. So if ABCD is a square, we have angle A as 90. So we can find out next part angle EAF. So angle A is equal to 90 degree, which means 2y plus 2x 2y plus 2x equals to 90 degree, which implies 2 into x plus y is equal to 90 degree. and that implies x plus y to be equals to 45 degree. Now what is x plus y? Can't I say x plus y is angle EAF? So we have got measure of angle EAF. Therefore, angle EAF is equal to 45 degree. So we have got measure of angle EAF to be 45 degree. Measure of angle DAB, I have already got. DAB is the entire angle A, which we have found out to be 90 degree. So this part is also completed. Now our aim is to find length of AD. If you pay attention, AD is already equal to AG and AB. So if I take the length of AD to be some other variable, let's say A. So AD's length is now A, which means each of these sides, since it's a square, each of these sides will be A units. And since this much portion is 3, that automatically makes CE to be A minus 3, right? A minus 3 centimeter. And same with this, BC is also A, but this much portion is 2 centimeter. So CF is A minus 2 centimeter. So the exact same thing is also written over here. Now you can see in triangle CEF, which is a right triangle, EF is the hypotenuse, right? Opposite to 90 degrees hypotenuse, whose length is 5 centimeter. 3 plus 2, 5 centimeter. Can we now apply Pythagoras theorem over here? Yes, we can. So let's apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle CEF. So if we apply Pythagoras theorem, we have CE square. So CE is already A minus 3 whole square plus CF square, which is A minus 2 whole square, and EF square, that is 5 square. Now if I solve this, we'll expand it using formula A minus B whole square, both the parts, right? So we are getting A square minus 2AB, that is 6A, plus 3 square, that is 9, plus over here 2A square minus 4A plus 4 equals to 25. So we have A square plus A square, 2A square minus 10A plus 9 plus 4 is plus 13 minus 25 equal to 0. After simplifying a bit, you will see we have got this, and taking 2 common throughout, I'm left with this. Obviously over here we have to do middle term break. So if you do middle term break, you will see we will get A minus 6 into A plus 1 equal to 0. So which means A is either equal to 6 or A is minus 1. But this value is not possible, as A denotes length of a side. Length cannot be negative. So A is 6 units, which means my length of AD is 6 centimeter. So therefore, length of AD is equal to 6 centimeter. Alright, we have walked through the angles, even found out the length of AD. Can you find the area of the shaded region? Take a shot at it and drop your answers in the comments. Let's see who gets it right. And if you liked solving this together, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Think Sharp Ali. More such questions coming your way soon.